that there is substantial demand for A, the creation of new regions, B, the alteration of the boundaries of a region, whether or not the alteration involves the creation of a new region, or C, the merger of two or more regions, he shall, acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State, appoint a commission of inquiry to inquire into the demand and to make recommendations on all the factors involved in the creation, alteration, or merger, unquote. You will recall that on June 26, 2017, I referred the petitions from persons and organizations in the 4 regions to the Council of State for advice. Subsequently, on 15 August 2017, the Council of State, after a thorough examination of the matter, unanimously stated that in its view, there was the need and substantial demand for the creation of new regions, and advised me to proceed with the processes involving the creation of new regions. The next step of the process is that I must appoint a commission of inquiry, which I have done by constitutional instrument number 105, gazetted on Thursday, 12th October 2017. I now have the pleasure to inaugurate the 9-member Commission of Inquiry to inquire into the need and substantial demand and to make recommendations on all the factors involved in the creation of a region or alteration of regional boundaries. The members of the Commission, pursuant to paragraph 2 of CI 105, are as follows: Justice S.A. Broby, retired Supreme Court Judge, as chairperson; Dr. Grace, former government statistician, member; Maulvi Mohammed bin Saleh, the Amir missionary in charge of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission in Ghana, member; Professor Akuffo Addo, the Vice Chancellor of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, member; MS Gladys Teta, a local governance expert, member; Mr. Robert Ajeni, retired Director of Education and former principal of the Bolgatanga Polytechnic, member; Dr. David Wellington Esau, Senior Research Fellow at the University of Cape Coast, member; Professor George Owusu, Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISA, and Director, Center for Urban Management Studies of the University of Ghana; and MS Josephine Hughes, a legal practitioner, member. Pursuant to paragraph 3 of CI 105, I have also appointed Mr. Jacob Sarr, a lawyer with great interest in this aspect of our governance, as the Secretary to the Commission. The terms of reference of the Commission of Inquiry are set out in paragraph 4 of CI 105 as follows: A, to inquire, pursuant to the petitions, into the need and substantial demand for the creation of new regions, and thereby the alteration of Western Region, Bonga-Hafu Region, Northern Region, and Volta Region. B, to make recommendations to the President based on its findings on the creation of a region or alteration of regional boundaries. And C, to specify the issues to be determined by referendum and the places where the referendum should be held, where it makes recommendations for the creation of new regions and alteration of regional boundaries. The members of the Commission of Inquiry have been carefully selected based on their diverse backgrounds and experiences that relate to the issue. A senior, respected jurist, an eminent religious leader, distinguished public servants, reputable academics, renowned development consultants, and an energetic young lawyer. These are the 6 men and 3 women of independent mind and spirit who have been chosen to undertake this important national assignment. I'm grateful to them for accepting to perform this public service. I have no doubt that they will execute this constitutional duty to the very best of their abilities, and I'm fully convinced that they would rise to the occasion and exhibit professionalism in the discharge of their duties. Let me state unequivocally that the citizenry should ignore information or speculation being circulated on the alleged demarcation, naming, or siting of regional capitals. Indeed, there have not been any predetermined regional boundaries, specific names given to any region to be created, and siting of regional capitals by my government. These are matters that are properly within the remit of the Commission and will be dealt by them and form part of their recommendations. In the event that this Commission, through its consultations with the people, comes to the conclusion that there is a need and substantial demand for the creation of new regions or alteration of regional boundaries, I'm required by Article 5, Clause 4 of the Constitution to refer their recommendations to the Electoral Commission for the conduct of a referendum in the specified areas on the issues set forth by the Commission. The Electoral Commission must then conduct a referendum at which at least 50% of the persons entitled to vote cast their votes, and of the votes cast, at least 80% cast in favor of the demand for the creation of a region to succeed. At the end of the day, it is the will of the people that will determine the outcome. I'm reliably informed by the Minister for Regional Reorganization and Development that a number of relevant institutions have been sensitized. Some of these include the regional houses of chiefs in the 4 regions, heads of departments and agencies in the 4 regions under the auspices of the offices of the regional coordinating councils, commissioners and key staff of the National Commission for Civic Education, members of Parliament from the 4 regions, and the leadership of the Electoral Commission. It is therefore my hope that the various ministries, departments, and agencies that are mandated to carry out specific functions in relation to regional organization and development, especially the National Commission for Civic Education and the Electoral Commission, would collaborate effectively with the Commission to enable it to complete its assignment expeditiously. I cannot end this statement without paying due tribute to the Minister for Regional Reorganization and Development, the Honorable Dan Kwaku, Member of Parliament for Okre, for the exhaustive, painstaking, and sensitive work that he has done to bring this matter to its present state. In MPP circles, he's known as the General, in reference to the sterling work he did as the party's General Secretary in the organization that brought John Akuffo and the NPP to power in 2001. The title is fully deserved, and I thank him for the quality of his contribution. He has more than vindicated my decision to entrust him with this all-important task. Danny, Aiko. In conclusion, I wish to assure the Ghanaian people that the relevant constitutional provisions in this entire matter would be followed to the letter. Accordingly, I hereby duly inaugurate the Commission of Inquiry into the need and demands for the creation of new regions out of Western, Brong-Ahafo, Northern and Volta regions, and to make recommendations to me thereon within 6 months from today. Thank you, and may God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I will now invite Professor Robbie, on behalf of his colleagues, to make his remarks. Justice, I'm sorry, Justice. I'm sorry, Justice. It's okay, thank you. Yes.
His Excellency Nana Addo Akuffo Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Ministers, Honorable Chief of Staff, Honorable Members of Parliament, distinguished invited guests, may I, on behalf of the entire Commission members and on my own behalf, express our sincere gratitude to the President, not only for the confidence reposed in us, but also for the honor done to us by appointing us to serve in this commission. We are conscious of the fact that a lot of work will be required, since the exercise will involve virtually the entire nation. But considering the array of experienced and academic and knowledgeable people appointed to the commission, we assure the President that not only good job will be done, but the job will be done within the stipulated time in the Constitution. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Sabe, Akuffo Addo TV, the Amanibo Efi, the Flagstaff House of the Republic of Ghana. Nana Addo Akuffo Addo campaign, or can say Ghana for to Abama now, then make sure say regions and a mantama on Book TV account, and the President of the Republic, Inaugurates committee, about versus our regions, on Monday or Pepanas regions, no, a bit northern region, western region, Brownful region, any voter region. I am afraid the bar saying creative in Kahono. We here say creative count impo. This abrade the commissioner on Mepe, Master region or more accurate no, and the President of the Republic. Ada or more edino. Now commissioner near Obedi Kayana said the chairman, a justice, Broby or no, and a chairman. But if a woman research follows, or Malvin bin Wahab, and so a woman. As Abama said, regions on Becritino, or would be able to do enough within 6 months, or more the whole report, ever by the President of the Republic, I'm regions no, or more accurate. Someone boy, if you Flagstaff House and a Bram, your family prince, I think.
Over 2,000 entries across GH, skilled by many quests for the best. Who climbs to the next level on MTN Hitmakers?